Welcome back to McNulty's Book World. Today we are digging deep into the cobwebbed corners of my strange literary collection. And today we're going to cover some ace doubles. I've shown you ace doubles before in many westerns and some science fiction. But today we're going to cover the mystery genre, which is a genre that I don't approach very often, at least not on this channel. And it's going to be fun because these are really good books I'm going to show you. And ace doubles for you vintage paperback collectors are always at a premium on eBay and secondary markets. Sometimes you can find them in lots at affordable prices, but really great books. So let's take a look at a couple of these. And the first one I want to talk about is The Mistress of Horror House, and we'll have that coming up right here. The Mistress of Horror House by William Woody. I don't know anything about him. And what was the year on this? This was probably 59. I think everything I'm going to show you today is 59. So The Mistress of Horror House seems like it might be a supernatural thriller. It's not. It's actually a first-person private investigator narrative. Very much in the tradition of Raymond Chandler and Hammett and so forth. Not quite at that level, but still well written and very interesting. I have a couple of notes I took on it when I read it. The femme fatale is Geneva Magruder, and I like the fact that the author refers to her as being not quite in the same league as Marilyn Monroe, so you have a timely reference for the period in which the book is published. That's interesting. The PI is Houston McIver. Now, this is the part that's really strange in the book. He has a cat. The cat's name is Me Too, and the cat appears throughout the entire novel, and it has no relevance to the plot whatsoever. At least, it's just, you keep waiting for that to happen. You keep waiting for the cat to knock something over and reveal a clue. It doesn't really work that way. It's an odd little flourish in the book. A cat named Me Too that a private eye has. It doesn't really work. And yet, okay, I get it. It's a cutesy thing. The cat's just there throughout the entire adventure. The writing is pretty good. Again, this is not Raymond Chandler. Everybody during this period in the in the 40s and the 50s especially that were writing thrillers were trying to write like two guys, Ernest Hemingway and Raymond Chandler. A lot of people will disagree with that. I don't care. I know what I'm talking about. It was Hemingway and Chandler all the way, and their influence remains profound. So this is an example of someone trying to write like that with that masculine punch. It works. It's a good story. So the ace double on the other side is Drink with the Dead, and here's that cover coming up. And again, this is actually a better book. It's probably the best of the four that I think I read here. Conrad Jensen is an undercover treasury agent, and he's out to crack open $1 million bootleg operation. It's masculine and very tightly plotted. Again, this was a really good book, much better than the other one. Again, I liked all of the books I'm showing you today, but Drink with the Dead was particularly good. It reminded me, especially in the setup, he's an undercover agent. So in the setup, they don't really know who he is, and it reminded me of the early Jack Reacher novels, except much better written than any Jack Reacher novel I've ever stopped reading. I'm sorry, I had to, what can I say? Nothing against that author or those books, but this is better. This is hard-boiled great writing. Drink with the Dead, really fantastic. And of course, part of the appeal on the ace doubles was the cover artwork on all of these, and for good reason. The painted covers are almost a thing of the past. We're seeing them come back somewhat because there are so many talented artists out there, and I enjoy that very much to see that happen. So this ace double is particularly good. Again, the highlight here is Drink with the Dead. Really a superb novel. Excellent book. I'm going to just set that over there. All right, a couple more to look at. Let's take a look at Prowl Cop by Gregory Jones. Oh, did I give you the... I'm sorry, I didn't give you the author for Drink with the Dead. J.M. Flynn. I have no idea who this is. I don't know with the ace doubles if these were house names or pen names or whatever. Some of them I'm sure were actual authors and you can look them up. These particular authors I don't have any information on. All right, so Prowl Cop by Gregory Jones. And here's Prowl Cop, another great, fantastic painted cover. And Prowl Cop was about a patrol cop, Johnny Durand, who gets mixed up with the homicide captain's blonde wife. Do I need to say any more at the trouble this guy's in? And it's that type of thing. It's tough. It's flashy. It's very well done. Ace doubles in general are worth your time to pick up when you see them on the aftermarket. They are excellent books in any genre, science fiction, the westerns, which I've shown you probably too many, and now the mysteries. They're just so great. The other side to this one is, again, here's the cover, which is My Private Hangman. It was either The Gallows or The Goon by Norman Harries, Herries. I don't have any idea who this guy is either. Another good one. So this is the one where the protagonist, he's trying to escape corruption. This plot meandered, but it was tough. It was good, tough prose. All of these 4 novels I'm talking about had good, tough prose linked to them, and they're really good. So, and again, the cover artwork is very interesting, and you get the thriller mode on these. These books represent when thriller novels really were thrilling. I can't, and I'm not going to mention names here, but there are so many best-selling thriller novels, thriller writers out there who suck. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just not there. I mentioned one of them in this episode. I wouldn't say that they're bad. Well, yeah, they are bad. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. They suck. Compared to this stuff, compared to Chandler, compared to that genre writing of the 40s, 50s, and 60s, it just does not compete with me. Now other people look at this stuff. The latest lawyer comes out with another lawyer book, and it's garbage. Maybe it's fashionable. Maybe that's the trend. I don't know. Anyways, I didn't mean to go off on a negative rant there, but I just there's a reason why I collect and read this material, because it's better than what you find at Walmart or the rare Barnes & Noble bookstore, if you can find one. And it's just the latest releases and thrillers are just poorly done. But these are not. Again, out of the 4, if you're really looking for one, try and get this one with Drink with the Dead, Mistress of Horror House, and Drink with the Dead. Drink with the Dead is my favorite of the 4. Really great vintage pulp material for you to consider if you're looking for something, and if you're tired of this mainstream stuff that's out there that's really bland. And these guys that are writing these thrillers, it's the same book over and over again. I'm going to talk about that more in my episode on the roundup for 2023, which is coming up soon. Anyways, there you go. You've got a couple of really cool books to look for on the aftermarket. I wish you well. Stay happy, feed your brain. Read an ace double.